go back and review for our people. The new scholars are also saying, look, this was just one of many options in the first 200 years of Christianity. Some say it was just side by side. Some would say it's there by itself. But the fact is, regardless, it was a legitimate option. Where we are saying, look, you got real historical links that go back to the real Jesus. You might not like this information. You might not like that Jesus is God. You might not like that you're a sinner. You might not like that He died on the cross for your sin problem. But this is real, solid stuff. And you're face to face with this guy that actually showed up named Jesus Christ who made these claims. All right? Show the links, because they would say this throwaway to the students, well, you didn't have a Bible in the first 200 years.
Yes, really the turning point here, if you listen to the story of the made-over history, the revisionist history that's coming is that we ought to blame Irenaeus and Tertullian in the late 2nd century, the early 3rd century, Constantine, the Council of Nicaea, now we're coming into the 4th century, for Orthodox Christianity. Now, everything that I have been citing to you up to this point has come from the period before that. And the reason we're going backwards is we're trying to show there is a consistent theology that is orthodox, that is running through these writers. And these core beliefs were passed on from generation to generation by tradition and by these writings that were emerging that eventually became part of the canon and part of the Bible. But the reason they were accepted and responded to and recognized is because they expressed the theology that the church held to. And so we work backwards. So we start with someone, say, like Justin Martyr. Justin Martyr is writing in the middle of the 2nd century in 155. And let me just read you a little summary of the type of thing that he said. This is in his first apology from chapters 12 and 13. Our teacher of these things is Jesus Christ, who also was born for this purpose and was crucified under Pontius Pilate, procurator of Judea, in the times of Tiberius Caesar, and that we reasonably worship Him, having learned that He is Son of the true God Himself, and holding Him in the 2nd place and the prophetic spirit in the 3rd, we will prove. For they proclaim our madness to consist in this, that we give to a crucified man a place second to the unchangeable and eternal God, the Creator of all, for they did not discern the mystery that is herein, to which, as we have made plain to you, we pray you to give heed. Now, a little of that English at the end is a little tricky, but here's basically what you're getting from Justin Martyr. He's saying, you know, the person that we worship is Jesus Christ. We hold Him in 2nd place to God. That's a reference to the ranking within the function of the Trinity. You have the Father, and then you have the Son, and then you have the Spirit. And he's talking about the work that He performed in terms of a crucified man. So you have all the basics of faith. And if you will run that backwards in time, from Justin Martyr, then back into the books that are written in the 90s of the New Testament, all the way back to the books that are written in the 50s of the New Testament by Paul, you will see this teaching consistently coming forth all the way through. And if you think about what led to Paul's conversion and the way he responds and the experience that he represents, you push it all the way back to the 30s and the time of the resurrection and crucifixion.
These historical links are vital for scholars, and the fact is you can't get around it. Sources rule.